Whenever doing any kind of like practicing, there's the, hey, I'm sitting and actually refining and working on something. And then there's the, hey, I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy playing. If all you do is focus on one at the cost of the other, it's going to have a significantly negative impact on your playing. You're either not going to improve because you're only playing the things that you have that's fun, or you're not going to have any fun and you're not going to want to practice because all you're doing is working on the grind. And while I tend to spend maybe 90-95% of my time on the grind because I know that's what long term is going to make me better, you got to spend like 5-10% of your time just having fun and making music. And that's all I'm doing for today's stream. It's just because like I haven't played in a couple months. I just want to get back into it by wearing my arms out, just having some fun. Whenever I'm doing these streams, I'm actually playing with some Hardiman hammers, and these sticks are significantly heavier than just like some normal sticks. So like, for example, these are some like normal Hardiman sticks, and they are super light compared to these logs that I play with and practice with. And the reason why is because I'm trying to just get used to playing with heavy sticks to build up my chops and my endurance and whatnot. So I only play with these sticks, only practice with them, and it has had a profound impact on my speed and my chops and whatnot. So when I do actually play with like normal sticks, they feel like playing with twigs, and it's just like super easy and effortless and whatnot. So I do highly recommend actually practicing with this, but know that if you are like in a show day and you're practicing with these heavy sticks and then all of a sudden you immediately jump over to these, they're going to feel different enough that it might actually mess you up even more. So give yourself like an hour or so to just like get used to, oh yeah, this is what it feels like to play with normal stick weights. Shopping speed variation, slow paradiddle. With the accents is the paradiddle. Diddle paradiddle. Cha cha cha. Cha 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 cha. Drags. That was great. I mean, it was fun. The playing wasn't great, but you know what? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I enjoyed it. You're just here for the ride. No offense. Now, you'll notice multiple times in the stream, I was mentioning that the mistake was mental. So I was thinking about something else, and it caused me to just not focus on what I was doing and screw up. Same thing happens when I used to work with drumlines. So back when I used to teach, I could tell that they could play things well because on days where they were all locked in, like their eyes were all focused on a single point off in the distance while they're playing through stuff, things sounded mwah. But then as soon as like somebody walked by that they knew, or like they started thinking about how hungry they were or whatever it was, then that would cause the kind of playing mistake that you'd audibly hear. So really focus on not just what the hands are doing, but also what the mind is doing with your own practicing, because that will have a profound impact on how consistent you are with whatever it is that you're working on, whether it's working on rudimental stuff or like drum kit on the drum set back behind me, etc. I want to see what the closed captioning is for this. It's going to be auto-generated. It would have been great if it like transcribed it. I would have given some mad props. Early. See, this is why I wanted to get down to 40. It really helps you figure out exactly whether or not you're playing perfect interp or not. So what I'm going to do is actually stay here and just let it go one click at a time until it starts to feel comfortable, and then I'll go up like 5 or 10 clicks at a time until it starts to feel really solid. Like right now, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Like if I wasn't streaming this live, I wouldn't post this on like social media because it doesn't sound great. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. So I wanted to show like, here's the raw, like what it looks like, not the 10th take. How you practice. I can do this. Here we go. My left hand on those diddles was like, no, stop it, please. So interestingly, what I noticed was tightening up was a little bit my hand, but also my jaw. So it's something to check in with when you're playing is Not just like what are my fingers, wrists, and arms doing, but also like think of, okay, are my knees locking up, which some students will do. Like the student that passed out in another stream that I talked about, it's because their knees were locking up. Sometimes toes will clench, sometimes it might be shoulders will raise, etc. So really check in with yourself and try and figure out what is tight right now when I'm practicing, and then just kind of like sit with it and breathe and try and stay nice and relaxed. So this one is 421, zero shopping spree. I'll narrate it while we go. It starts off with normal shopping spree. Flam drags into cheeses. 4 counts of all these, that's important. Flam 5s. Chutta chut. Inverts. Cheese chutta chut. Cheese inverts. Chut cheese. 2 counts, flam drags. Cheese. Flam 5. Chutta chut. Inverse. Cheese chutta chut. Cheese invert. Chut cheese. 1 count. Zero. Oh, I slurred out that last right-hand diddle on the chut cheese. Today, I've demonstrated several different exercises that you can work on, like grid variations, shopping sprees, etc., that all have chut cheeses in them. The reason why I was doing that is because I haven't drummed in like 3 weeks, and I just wanted to have some fun playing again. However, if you're working on a new rudiment, it is best to practice it in different contexts, different applications, so that way you're not just sitting there and working on it like just chut-tigga-dut, but actually working on it in different musical contexts, changing the accents around, changing what comes before and after it, etc. So there are, I think, like 30 variations of exercises, all that have chut cheeses on my website. But there are 1,000 more hours worth of content on there. So if you're working on flam drags, cool. I bet you there's like 40 variations for flam drags and for paradiddles, etc. So I highly recommend not just sticking with one exercise when working on something, but actually going through and applying whatever rudiment you're working on in a variety of different exercises. And thankfully, there are hundreds of different play-alongs that you can use on my website. So check it out, JaredOLeary.com/drum. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Little extra accent there. Yeah, so if you're looking for some more chop stuff, that's a fun variation on slow paradiddle that you can work on, but all the other ones are triplet based. This is the only one that's 16th based, and it's a good one. So that is chug with 3s and fast 4s. There are a bunch more chug variations, and you can find them all linked at the top of the screen, JaredOLeary.com/drum. There's literally over 1,000 free play-alongs.